It's a smartphone.
Just not so smart. Should be online by now. Where's the notification?
I didn't hear anything on my end either.
Is it live or not? Cuckoo.
Live or is it Memorex?
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, we are live. Okay, John, take it away, buddy. It's recording.
Welcome, everyone, to the Mardox Daily Live Chat, coming to you once again, like every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
That's not it. Go ahead. Keep going. The sound you heard was not it. That sounded my TV turning on. Gotta make sure to play Xbox while we do this.
Pay no attention to the gentleman in the orange shirt.
We don't.
Because, yes, there are three very important things that we would like you to do. We would like you to subscribe, like, and comment on the video here, especially comment, because we want to hear what you're thinking, what you have to say, and blah, 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 stuff like that. And we have myself, John Brewer, we have the awesome Nelson Buck, and we have the wonderful Belinda Condell. And yeah.
John's all out of it.
We had more folks, but people are scared to come on. I don't know why.
I was on. I said boo. Mardox is on, and it still hasn't gone doo 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 doo.
Interesting. Are you sure we're recording?
Or it could be because it does say it's live.
Okay.
Yeah, we're recording because.
I usually get a notification.
I said boo.
Okay.
Mardox is on, and it still hasn't gone doo doo.
On.
Yeah, so we're on. We're live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself. Okay. I'm giving myself a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have to subscribe and comment also? Are you sure about that?
Yes. Of course.
Yes. Subscribe, like, and comment. Okay. So
do it or else. We swear.
We will hunt you down and bring pink elephants to your front yard and leave them there.
Not that we're trying to make you feel obligated by any means, but you just better do it.
Yeah, you better do it. Yeah, you better. Or we will. We know people on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't know PewDiePie?
Yeah, that's it. Do you know syncing data with? Oh my God! Thank you, Xbox. Okay, today's show is lead generation and is list building necessary? Ooh.
Ha. Is list building necessary?
Like, really, is it really necessary? Seriously.
What a silly.
It's all hype, right?
Of course it is. You should just sit here, stare at your monitor, and expect people just to come flooding to you because you should be that awesome.
Yeah, and you should just annoy your friends and family.
Oh yes, hit on them with everything. If anyone's just in view of your sight viewing, and they're walking or even breathing.
I'm staring, but I see no list building. What's happening? Why isn't it starting yet?
Be patient. If you're serious, it'll happen.
You gotta really want it to happen. Use the force.
Strain yourself until you almost make a bowel movement wishing for it.
Oh, don't go into bowel movement. No, that's bad.
No, not today. I'm having
sorry.
I'm having diarrhea problems.
So.
Oh, sorry. Is your problems running away with you? Sorry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the case of the Hershey squirts.
I
haven't heard that in a long time.
Okay. Oh, these are examples on how not to get leads.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly. I see where you guys are going with this. Okay, we're good.
Exactly.
If you're serious, you're going to sell your mother for a dime and give me that money and join me.
That's it. So what do you guys think? Is list building necessary? Lead generation is probably they're talking about the same thing. Is it necessary, or are all these gurus out there saying build your list, build your list, build your list? Is that all?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
And I'll explain.
Go for it.
Yes, because you obviously need prospects, a list of people that are interested in what you have to offer, whatever that may be. But no, in the sense that the way people are teaching these courses on list building is a lot of hype and nonsense as far as how you go about making a list and what the purposes of the list are. They don't really get into the meat of that. They give you the fluff around it. So to me, list building can fall under two different categories. So the way that I teach list building or lead generation is exactly that, lead generation, for the purpose of what your business is, so product or service or what have you. But if you look out in the internet world, a lot of these courses and the way people are teaching it is on a whole nother level for a whole nother reason, and that is where I think it's false.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. That does not make it less important, though.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the
Yeah.
way, two different list building is what I'm saying. The right way and the
Yeah,
wrong
sure.
way.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But it's like list building is extremely important because it's like you say, list building, lead generation. We also talked about our other topics, branding and networking, which we'll recap on Friday. All of these things go together, but it's like if if you don't have a list, a list of customers or potential customers to sell stuff to, or to notify about things, or to network with, then how are you going to have any degree of success? You see.
Now you're touching on something that I see a lot going on. Um, yeah, I see websites that say yes, you have to build your list. They show you how to build your list, like Belinda says. But yeah, a lot of it is hype. And let's face
Yeah.
it, build your list at our website and nowhere else.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
because the
There,
owners of the site are going to get all those contacts and
there you go.
leads for
There you
their
go.
other projects.
There you go.
And I'm a culprit of that too. And while way back in the
Mhm.
past, I told people in my
Yeah.
old MLM systems, come on in, get all your friends in and everything. Then we shut the site down after a year or two. It's like, okay, now we're moving on to this. I would tell everybody to move over to this new site, new product launch, and I got out of doing that because it just was unethical. You did all the work, and I'm getting all the leads. You know,
Mhm.
but what I'm not seeing is this: I'm not seeing our members build a list and then email them something. For example, just an email, hi, how you doing? And then a week later, hey, this is a new product launch, and 3-4 days later, hey, this is what's going on with my new video over here, and on and on and on and on,
Yeah.
until people want to unsubscribe. But what they do is, hey, here's my list. Come join this product. You build a downline, a list, and it ends there.
Yeah.
When you go
You're
to a
right.
new product or service, you got no access to that list.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Because they talk about list building, list building, but they really don't talk about what list building is really truly all about.
It's the
Uh,
connectivity between people.
yeah, and it's not. It's like, yeah, anybody can say build your list, build your list, build your list. Well, what you gonna do with it once you build it? You know,
What, like they
and
said in the 1980s on Twisted Sister, what are you going to do with your life? I'm going to rock my list.
so you've got this wonderful and okay, another misconception, right? People say build your list as in singular. Hey, Lauren, what's
Hey,
happening?
Lauren.
She's not talking to us.
She's just glaring at us. I hate
No,
you all.
she's here to troll us.
I hate you all. I come on here because I hate you. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Hi, hi. People say build your list as in singular, right? As if it's one thing, but that's the first misconception.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're building a potential customer base, and you're not, you know, every customer. You're not selling every customer or talking to every customer about the same thing. You see,
Mm-hmm.
you have, it depends on what you're marketing or what you're talking about or what you're into or whatever. And if you might be marketing a few different things, and the one audience will like this stuff, and the other audience will like that stuff, and you design your advertising accordingly to attract these people to that list. You see, so you don't have just one list. You end up having like a you know multiple things. You just have to keep things organized and stuff.
That's
But
it.
it's like you said, Nelson, there's more to it than just okay, build your list. You got your list of names and that's it. What you gonna do with it?
That's
Now,
it.
people talk about okay, you need your autoresponder program. When you say autoresponder,
Which
right?
is another topic. I got an idea for that. Keep going.
Okay, when you say when you say autoresponder, that scares the crap out of some people.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, especially people new to the industry.
Yeah.
Because it used to, when I first came into the industry, it used to be this big old mystery, kind of like I thought, and you say autoresponder, it's like, oh, I don't know, thank you, uh,
No, no,
but
no. Thank you. I do it manually.
yeah,
Man,
but what they are
I do it every
saying,
morning at 7 a.m. manually. I don't need to do that. No. Sorry, John. Go
calm
ahead.
down,
So,
calm down.
okay, okay.
So,
I'll just turn around so you can focus.
Your
He
your
should have done
video
that
was
from the
not
beginning.
frozen.
Kidding.
I'm stoned off of Advil cold.
Yourself.
No, Advil cold and sinus.
Oh, I thought you always had that look anyway. Sorry.
It's
Love
Halloween.
you.
It's Halloween.
Hi, Belinda.
Hi, Lauren. Again.
Uh,
I downloaded the portable free hotspot.
We're proud of you, Lauren.
but
Good girl.
Lauren, do you
But-
have just a sidetrack? Lauren, do you have an unlimited data plan with your phone?
No, I don't.
Then you got to be very careful because this conversation is going to run you about 2 gigs.
It's
Yeah.
going to rob you blind, girlfriend.
Yeah, it
it'll
is.
suck your resources.
I don't have any data on my phone anyway.
Well,
No. Go ahead.
Hold on now, because a hotspot, what it means is a software allows you to connect a device through your phone
Yeah.
and then use your phone's data. If you don't,
Yeah,
if you-
I downloaded a free hotspot.
yes, but the software is free, not that the data is free.
Right.
Do you have data with your phone plan?
You
I
have
don't have unlimited data.
But do you have data?
Yeah, but it's out right now.
Well, because right now, I would check with your phone company to make sure, because if you're maxed out, you're on the $10, $20 per gig right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
because they won't tell you that. They'll go, oh well, it's up to you. It happened to me. I went past my 4 gigs, and then I went, oh yeah, sure, continue. I thought it'd be like a few cents. No, I had an $800 bill by the end of the month.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got away with it because I told them that I didn't know, so they kind of like they undone it. But it's like they told me you got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, okay.
yeah, because-
Well, I'm gonna turn it off then.
yeah, and double check with your phone company and see where you're at, see what your data's at and stuff like that. So just be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably be back tomorrow at McDonald's or something.
Yeah, okay, no problem, Lauren. Talk to you soon.
Check it
Dear
out.
Laura, God
Okay.
bless.
Check it
Bye.
out. Lauren.
Bye.
That's a problem a lot of people have is they see the word free
Yeah.
and they think,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
well, it's free data. No, it's not free data. It's free software. Meaning that you don't have to pay
Yeah.
for the software.
Yeah. And they don't tell you that on purpose, you see.
Well, it's not their business. I can make the software to make the hotspot part that does the connectivity, but it's not my business about the data part. But now you have to read, you have to know. And I
This
assume so many people get burned because of the phone services.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, 2 people watching. If you guys want, please tell us what you think. And
Very cool.
hold on a second here.
Yeah. So back to this list building thing.
It only shows me. So there's 2 other people watching other than me. Okay.
Back to this list building thing.
yeah.
You're going to cater to depending on what you're offering and or dealing with in your internet marketing endeavors. You have different things that cater to different people. Therefore, you attract different types of people with your advertising. Therefore, you will have different types of, um, you know, But the important thing is, what do you do once you get this list?
Right.
You see, you don't just get it and say, "Hey, look, I've got 100 people on my list. Cool." What do you do with it?
So,
You
well,
gotta talk to these people.
what I do,
Yep.
talking about funnel marketing, and let's get a funnel going here.
Okay.
If I can get one going, do I have a piece of paper I don't need? I had one yesterday that I had, but I don't. Ah, here we go. Here's a database structure, everybody. You're gonna see a bunch of hackers around. I'll go pause. What's he doing? And I'm attempting at making a funnel the best I can here. And a lot of people don't realize this, but oh, come on, the Canadians can't make funnels because we're just no good at it. And I got crinkles on my paper, so it doesn't help. Okay, so,
Probably a French thing.
yeah, it's a French thing. Racist. Funnel. So here's my cup of coffee. Okay, here's my funnel. Now, if I pour my I could actually do it and pull it off and still not make a mess. You know that, right? I had my mother-in-law used to have Depends.
It all depends on you.
Yeah, it all depends on me. I cut out the material, the powder that's inside one of the things, for the moisture, and I put it in the bottom of a cone like this, and I poured water in and saying, "Can someone tell me why it doesn't just pour out?" And you can see the hole, right? Why it doesn't just pour out? Well, the stuff absorbs the liquid. And it's instant gel, So I just threw it out. And to this day, these people think I'm a magician, Funnel.
Only you would play with Depends.
It all depends. It's just chemical. So all your traffic goes in here. This is where you send all everybody to the top of your funnel. Partway down in your funnel is your first email going out of your autoresponder. "Hey everybody, my name is Nelson Buck," or in John's case, "Yo everybody, I'm John Brewer."
Brutal Brewer.
I can't do John's accent. I can do this one.
He doesn't have an accent.
This is me. You pay me a long time. Me give you nothing long time.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. John, time for us to go.
Welcome to tech support. You pay me here and I give you no service. You pay me here, I give you lots of service. Okay. You guys.
You pay me more, I'd be your love slave.
But one of the things that people don't understand when they get a list, they'll start building the list, and they'll build a list, and there's a list that builds, and that's all they got. And then the question is, well, what do I do with my list? Well, you email to it, and you tell them, "Hi guys, I've got this product I want to sell. It's $5. It's a $5 ebook that I wrote myself." And then in the ebook, if you're really smart, the ebook, you'll write in the ebook where they can get more content. Not just, "Here's an ebook, blah, 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 thank you, have a nice day." You tell people where they can go to the next step. Now, it's not upselling. In this case, after your ebook, you'll tell people, go to Mardox.com because it's where you can get all your resources, or go to one of the Mardox other products or services that you might be an affiliate of. Or put all the affiliate links in the ebook. Just make sure you tell people that the affiliate links are sales services and that you're earning a profit off it because of new regulations. And with that done, the person will read the ebook and go, "Oh, look at this, I can get more resources at Mardox." Click. At Mardox, they have to upgrade. Now you earn a commission. You say, what you need to do is go further than that. Here's your list, and here's the people that downloaded your ebook. And then here's the list of people that went to Mardox. You need to track all this on a spreadsheet. Person's email address, who downloaded the ebook, which you can merge the list, and then who signed up to Mardox and paid. You went now from a list of 1,000 people to a list of 10 that downloaded your ebook to a list of 3 that signed up to you under Mardox and is paying for a membership. Now you can say, "Hey, did you guys know that Mardox offers it owns content galore?" Okay, it's a higher ticket. But if for those 3 people, they've already trusted you now. They signed up to your list. They downloaded your ebook. They found it was valuable. They signed up to you under you at Mardox, became a paid member because they trusted what you said about Mardox because it was written in a book. And now you're telling them there's another product that you might be interested in. But you got to keep it in the same realm of marketing.
Yeah.
You see. And that's what I don't see people doing. I see people building a list, and then I'm going to email all these people. those people that respond back, you've got to build the secondary list. You've got to keep track of them and say, this is what's going on. And after the secondary list, follow them on the tertiary list.
Get these brackets right. Yeah.
You know,
and make sure you email them to death. Throwing everything in the kitchen sink to them daily, because you want to keep your list.
No, I would say between 3 and 5 days between emails.
Okay.
You know, and it doesn't have to be sell. I got an email from one of my people that I follow. Can I go find it?
I noticed that today's emails are getting more clever. They're doing things like having it, even though it could be through an autoresponder, they're having, and you can still tell it's an autoresponder, obviously, but you can tell they're actually having conversations. They're using the autoresponder to build relationships instead of just selling something. Right. And of course, yes, you don't want to email very often. I'm just joking for those who actually took me seriously. But yeah. But, you know, once a week is good, or even once a month, depending on what you're offering, depending on your target audience. It can vary, too, on depending on what you're doing with it.
I got it here. I got one person that sent me an email. I signed up to him, and I follow him on YouTube. It's Brian G. Johnson, on how to build your YouTube channel and how to use your YouTube channel to sell. And today he sent me an email. Says, "Hey, Nelson." That's the first part. Hello, hey, hi, and the person's name. Don't send your emails out to everybody's address in the CC or BCC field. Send out one email per person. Most valid systems do that now.
But make sure it's still automatically set up, because you'll be there all day doing it manually.
Yeah, automated. But
still, you have an autoresponder.
Yeah. Well, the autoresponder services should allow you to put in, first name, last name, full name.
That's why you can't use like Google Mail or something for that, because. Not that I know of. If you can find a way to do that with Google Mail, let me know.
You can't. If you're doing it the old manual way, you can only do BCC or CCC or whatever covers the other emails.
But CC and BCC, carbon copy and blind carbon copy. If you take 100 addresses and put it in the CC field, all those 100 people see everyone else's email addresses.
No, one of them covers it up. The other one doesn't show. Hold on a second.
BCC stands for blind carbon copy. And if you send to anything more than 10 emails in a BCC field, the receiving end of the servers are going to say it's junk, and they're going to throw it out.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that, because I've used it successfully before.
But recently, even Google, anything over 10, 15 email addresses in a BCC, it just gets sent to spam.
And the other thing, too, is that when you're doing the emails, a lot of times... some people, not many, but some have figured out how to get past the BCC. Like, there's a trick that you can still see the emails if you. So it's a technique that somebody taught me a long time ago, and I forget what it is. Where you even if they use BCC for you not to see the email, you can still see it. But it's a technique that they showed me how to do.
Yeah, it's not hard. Just because it says blind, it's just like when the person receives it, they don't see all the emails. But yeah, if you got a program that can look at all the headers, all the receiving addresses. No,
it's not even a program. It's just a technique.
The headers. Everything's there. All the information is there. But it's not the point. We're not going to get into CC and BCC because now we're getting into spam techniques and stuff. I don't want to promote that. But email one message per person with their name and their email address. That's the best way to go. And like this one here today, it wasn't selling me anything. It was as today. Hi Nelson. Today's video covers some new analytic methods and more for growing your channel. If you want, if you have not already seen it, here it is, and the link to his video at YouTube.
There you go.
But now here's the thing. Now he points me over to clicks.aweber.com, and there's a long code, which means that I'm on his Aweber list, and he's tracking whether or not I open the email and whether or not I click on that link. When I click on that link, that tells him at the other end that I'm interested. Because now it goes to Aweber and it shoots back to YouTube. It's a pass through. But Aweber will now put a little tag beside my email address saying, "Hey, this person watched your video, or at least went to it." You see, now he knows. Oh, Nelson's interested in this video. The next video he puts out that's relative to this one, he'll send that one out. Or if he's got a product or an ebook or whatever. So he's broken his list down from 10,000 people to 1,000 that click that link.
Right.
Now you got 1,000 people you know are actually checking your emails. That's valuable.
Right.
You see. if he sells an ebook and 100 people buy his ebook and uses that link, that's 100, again 10% down. That's 100 known buyers at say $24 a month, so $2,400 income, right? But there's 100 people who he knows that buys. Now you can take that list and keep it with 1,000, or you can break it off and say, hey guys, I have a course that I'm going to be selling for $200 coming up in 3 months. Register now. You see, so now your 100 just went down to 30. You see, so now you got 30 people interested in buying your course. You see, so he's using a proper funnel. Most people don't, and I mean 99.9999999% don't. Yeah. They go to Aweber, they get a list started, they got a list, and that's it. All they do is just mail to the same list over and over and over. They don't track, and it's really important to track. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Belinda, myself, and John are working on a website soon. Where once we get the membership site software done, it's called extremeleads.com. And this is what we're going to be putting out for our members to start using a list service. And we're hoping to be able to put it out free of charge for beginners. Completely free. So, you get your list started. We show you how to set up your autoresponders and the tracking that goes through.
We're scaring people now. But it's so important, and this is really only the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. And there's so much information that can be put out on this kind of thing. But yeah, and it's like you said, and like Belinda said, you don't always have to sell people stuff, because
be human.
You come into marketing, and you get this idea that you always have to be selling something.
You have to the best sellers are the ones that sacrifice something at some point. Yeah. It sounds stupid. They sacrifice time, they sacrifice some energy for another human being, and that human being will stick around longer than if you ask them to pay all the time. Yeah.
Well, that's why I have followers from like 7-8 years ago, because that's what I've done the whole time I've ever been doing this, is helping other people, which was the purpose of why I do what I do. It wasn't just simply to go make money.
Right. In a tribe, let's assume the whole community is your list. If the hunters come back with the mammoth and drops it down, and everybody starts to eat it, you're gonna have elbow pushing and punching and kicking. You're not gonna feel comfortable with that list, with that group of people. But if you have a person who says, here, go ahead, have some food, as long as you keep me some at the end, that person is gonna be more valuable than the one that punched the guy in the face the day before. Make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, no, but it's the same on the internet. If everybody's kicking and punching and elbowing each other in the face just to get a buck, they're not going to go as far as the person that says, hey, I'll sacrifice some time and effort to help you get forward.
No, I know what you mean.
It's, where did John go?
Oh, that's a good question.
Johnny, where did you go, Johnny?
He got so excited he had to go tell his wife what you said.
Your Fritz box is on the fritz, Johnny.
He's jumping for joy and he's silencing himself.
We don't see you, Johnny.
No words.
Oh, come on.
See, he told his wife the good news.
She's like, no way, I'm not going on the interwebs. Forget that. I heard
he had to share your knowledge with her.
I've heard people getting stuck on a series of tubes. And you can hear John laughing in the background, I think. Oh, jeez. Wow. Cricket,
Johnny.
Cricket. Is that toiletable?
Oh my goodness.
We're not going there.
We're
not going there now, are we? Oh, jeez. I lived in an apartment one time. It was so bad. The person upstairs would flush his toilet. I would hear it every morning.
Oh yeah, that was that. I lived in a 5-row home. It looked like, not big from the outside, but spacious on the inside. But the walls were paper thin,
That's why
and we could hear everything the neighbors were doing.
Oh jeez. Oh wow. Yeah, it's not good. My bedroom right now is set up right like my dividing wall is right beside my bathroom, and I hear everything. So then when I go to renovate my bathroom, I'm insulating my bathroom walls. And it's like, I don't have to hear people brushing their teeth and stuff when I'm in my bedroom.
Okay, but you have a single house like we do now, right?
Yeah, yeah, but the upstairs walls aren't insulated on the inside. The inner walls aren't insulated anywhere. But
Well-
all it takes is a layer of styrofoam in the wall, so you don't hear what's going on. You know.
Really? That's all it takes?
So, well, you got to rip out the drywall on one side and put foam in. Your husband has drywall. You didn't know.
Yeah, but he's not about to do that to his parents' house. It's a very old house, although they renovated it. And I'll tell you right now, the walls are still thin. You can still hear next to the bathroom
there's no insulation.
or bedroom.
There's no insulation. That's why.
Yeah.
That's the only, and especially the bathroom. The bathroom walls should be insulated. So you don't have to hear people doing their business around the house. Hey, John.
All right.
I heard we heard that it went well for you for a few minutes there.
Is that so?
Did you wash your hands?
Of course.
Okay. You got so excited, I thought maybe you were sharing with your wife, and I realized you're visiting Johnny Toilet.
Wait a minute. You didn't really go to the bathroom, did you?
Well, actually, I went to refill my coffee.
Oh, is that what we heard? We heard water run. We thought it was a toilet.
Of course you would.
That's what I heard.
I'm just following his lead, so.
Yeah,
even though I'm usually a leader, not a follower.
Don't follow my lead. I trip over my own feet.
Actually, I go to my beat of my own drum, but still.
I'm
a leader, darn you.
I don't want my daughter to get married. I'll have to do that daughter daddy dance thing.
What does that have to do with anything we're talking about?
Well, it's all about list building, right?
Oh, okay. So you're going to build a list of suitors for her.
Yeah, there you go. Sandy, if you're watching this, Daddy does not want to dance. I hate dancing. I feel so awkward and left-handed. Like, And then, like we said in the previous show, Canadians, you got the one hand around, the other one goes like this, and it kind of slides down. It gets awkward.
Oh, jeez. Not with your daughter, you sicko.
Well, that's why I don't want to dance.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez.
So who's first on the list of the girls?
Well, hopefully it's my youngest. Hopefully, with the so-called son-in-law. Hopefully.
What about your oldest?
No. She's an introvert for one, so I doubt she's going to date anybody. And then in a way, now my oldest, if she were to meet somebody, that person better have a character stronger than mine, because, wow. Yeah, let's go back onto list building here.
No, we like to hear about the soap opera of your family life.
Oh, Jesus. No,
it gets more ratings. No, you I'm kidding.
No, you don't. I have all daughters, and I know how emotionally up and down they can be.
Hold on, grabbing the popcorn. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm only on to my 18 years with my wife, and I kept saying 18. It is now 18, by the way. I made a mistake in the previous videos. I'm not heading on to 19. This October 13th, here's my 18th year.
Tina corrected you, right?
Yes, I got in trouble. And I'm just now getting to the stage where I realize I can say, hey, stop grumping. You know? And,
well, this year will be 7.
But now I say that, miles and miles and miles away, going, hey, stop grumping. Hang up the phone and go.
Actually, my husband and I dated since April 4th, 1998, and married November 11th, 2000.
Good for you.
Now, how do you feel about that? Lay down, tell me your whole life story. But let's go with the interesting stuff instead.
Mine?
No. Now talk about each of your daughters. Give me all the dirt and tell me how you feel.
Sandy's a stuck-up, know-it-all little witch.
How do you feel about that?
I love it. She's the smartest of the gang. I can say she's head of her class. I love it. Yeah. I'm
going to ask you stupid questions like psychiatrists.
So back to list building, unless we're done. I got no shame in saying my daughter does think she's a know-it-all, and but like I said, she could back it up because again, she has the best marks in her class. She passed, practically top of her class, and so in that case, yeah, she can pull it off in that field. But yeah, she still sometimes thinks that she's a know-it-all. So yeah, she doesn't know everything in mechanics. Daddy does. Or computers. Yes, computers. Yeah. No, I would like to see Sandra be married. I just hope it's to the right person. I like Lou a lot, but I think he's still young and still has a lot to learn. Like, oh, I don't know, do the dishes when your girlfriend says do the freaking dishes 5 times.
That's living dangerously if you don't.
She does have the right to say get out.
I mean, I think they both should do dishes, take turns, to be fair.
No, hold on now. And there was a period of time recently where he wasn't doing anything but going to school, coming home, playing video games, going to bed.
Yeah, that's not good.
That wasn't good. I even told him, dude, you're headed for trouble, big time, real quick. Go up, you know. And so I think things got a little better. I think he listened. I think, but that's just a question.
Better.
You know, John, do you do the dishes once in a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched a couple of things today.
Like your Mardox cup.
Your Mardox cup and the spoon that you needed to yeah, you did like I did. Just the bare necessities.
No, I watch when necessary. I mean, we use the dishwasher a lot, but sometimes we wash by hand. And
I miss dishwashers. I grew up with one, and we only had to do the pots by hand because they couldn't fit in a dishwasher.
Yeah.
But here at this house, they don't even have a dishwasher. It's everything by hand.
Well, we do everything by hand here too, but there's not that much. Myself, I wash my stuff as I go. If I'll take a little plate for a toast, when I'm done, I'll rinse it off and I'll put it back in the tray. It's just breadcrumbs, you know.
Well, see, my husband's mom and I always wash everything we see that's in the sink or as we use them. But a lot of people around this house, thank goodness we don't have the big everybody living here like it used to be. It used to be a total zoo at one time. But they leave it in the sink for somebody else to wash, and it's irritating.
Yeah. Well, we used to be 7 here. Imagine that. 4 girls, myself, my wife, my mother-in-law, and we
There's
had
15 here.
And we had a dog and a cat.
We had 15, four dogs, 3 cats, and 15 people here at one time. Yeah. And this is before we had this downstairs built for the second bathroom, I might add.
I can't even do that here.
Well, no, we managed. It's an old house, but we managed.
No, I would have to dig through the concrete floor to put the pipes in for the toilet. Is what I'm saying. I can't even do that.
Okay.
I've only got 6.5 feet. If I put a toilet bowl in, I'll be sitting. You go to stand up, and like, ow.
Well, it's a very small bathroom downstairs, and stand-up shower only.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not like up here where we have more space and tub.
Let's get back to list building or wrap it up. One of the two. This is our 3rd time around.
All right, list building. Don't build a list of common criminals, and make sure you're very judicious with your list and target your audience. Like, let's say people that have money, people that are in your niche, not the local policeman because he smiled at you. Well, I'm going to put him on my list. Be a little bit more creative with your list.
Yeah, I got the entire police force. Yeah. No.
And don't always try to sell stuff to people on your list. People appreciate good information. Inform them about some things and stuff like the email that Nelson read was wonderful.
Yeah, two sentences and a link.
And you always lead people. It's like, and this is something Nelson has been talking about a lot. You need to have your own site, because even if it's just a blog or something like that, but you need to lead people eventually. They need to come back to your site or to be aware of it, so they have a place to come back to. You see, because you can have your email message and your autoresponder. You just gave information about something, right? And then your name, like when you have your signature block, and then your name to be hot linked to your site.
That's right.
Or you just put it down there. No blur.
And autoresponder, you don't need Aweber or these programs. There's PHP scripts that you can download. There's 2 pages. One is put in your name and email address here, and then it calls a script on your own site that says, I'm going to send an email out to this person with their name and email address, the whole thing, and how to get the content. All that can be housed on your own site.
As long as you have an unsubscribe link.
Yeah, it's standard.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's scary, dude.
But
some people don't. I've gotten spam emails with no unsubscribe anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, because you know those are spam. That's the first thing I look at. If there's no unsubscribe, I know it's spam.
And I always check my spam folder because sometimes good email goes in spam. That's the only reason I even check my spam folder.
Right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but these are the list building itself and the lead generation is important. Why are you building your list? You're generating leads.
Yeah.
And why do we need leads, Belinda? Why do we need leads?
Because they're the heart of any business. They're the lifeline of our business. Without them, our business can't grow.
Why is that?
Belinda's loving us today. We have a topic she can talk about.
Because leads or prospects or customers of people that want and need what you have to offer. And that's the whole point of having a business, is to provide for people what they want. And in return, we make money, we help people, everybody wins. So to say that you don't need leads is like saying you don't have a business.
What's a good way to get leads?
Well, I'm sorry?
What's a good way to get leads? How do we build our list? How do we get these leads?
Oh, geez. Well, let's see. There's different. You could advertise. You could promote a link in social media, search engines. I mean, there's so many sites on the internet. You just have to do your research, depending on what you're offering to where you would target your audience. And of course, keywords. SEO is important. But a lot of times, I actually create software or create leads through programs that I also have, and methods and resources, not just advertising alone, because sometimes people that alone won't even be enough, and because the way everything has changed nowadays compared to what it was even a couple of years ago. Like I wouldn't suggest for a new person or even somebody who isn't new to do pay-per-click. It becomes very expensive even if you know what you're doing. It's not as fruitful as it once was.
Well, especially pay-per-click. A lot of these people are just getting paid to click, and that's it.
Pay-per-view, pay to call, all of them pretty much the same idea.
There's a lot of traffic exchanges are starting not to allow them on their sites. It's gotten so bad. And this reminds me of something else that Nelson has also talked about quite a bit.
Don't blame me.
It's always your fault. That it's like downline builders, right?
Which are also list builders.
Because people like they join programs, right? And they get people to join under them, right? And they think, okay, I'm building my list, but that's not necessarily true. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, they don't go any further.
Yeah, and that's the whole. Just because you have people who join, let's say, this traffic exchange under you, that doesn't make them on your list. You see,
they're in the traffic exchanges list, not yours. You have brought them in their list.
Exactly. So you have to talk to these people. Because you can PM them, you can send them a personal message inside of the traffic exchange, network with them, get to know them, and stuff like that, and let them know that what you do online. Ask them if they need help with anything. Exchange Skype addresses and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. That's what it's all about, because you eventually get them to migrate over to your list. You can't just take their name from the traffic exchange, your downline, and put them on your list. It doesn't work like that.
And that's another thing I've taught on, how to get creative and think outside the box, especially if you're limited on funds and you're new and you want to be more resourceful in a legal, ethical way, of course. And one thing I do with traffic exchanges is have, now that they have this chats, I talk to people, why I serve, and then when I fill out a form on the traffic page that I'm surfing, sometimes, like, if they get back to you, of course, you'll know they're serious if they actually get back to you, which is a good sign. You can further have a conversation with them that way, get their phone number or whatever, and proceed from there. On Safe List is even easier, because even though less than half have their names, phone numbers, and emails at the end of their Safe List message, for those that do, you could even call them right up and have a conversation. And for those that don't, again, go to their link or wherever you can get their contact information to get them to come, contact you, however, they want to do it, and proceed from there the same way. It isn't just advertising the site. You can also take it beyond that, especially if you have like not very many credits, to do the advertising. But also teach my clients that you want to touch all marketing bases. You want to market all different ways out there, because there's going to be some days that this will take hold, and then some days this will take. So you want to have multiple ways of getting yourself out there, because then there's better chance of the numbers being in your favor and people coming to you, and what have you, because you're putting yourself in different areas to get the people that you're looking for.
But all in your areas of interest, though, that are of interest to you.
Right, of course. Yeah, but I'm just saying the different ways of getting yourself out there.
That's not, see, I can only think of the German word right now. That's not necessarily logical to many people, because of all the hype and everything. People get taught you just try to sell anything and everything and stuff like that.
Sell your mother today for $19.95.
Just sit there, stare at your monitor, and wait for the cash to come to you.
And that was a joke that happened with me way back. I already told you guys about that one. That was funny as hell.
If you don't, if you're not into what you're doing, if you don't have a passion for it or real interest in it, people are going to know, because they're going to actually ask you about something. It's like, for instance, if you're trying to sell these Mardox cups here.
No, not those ones. Don't sell that. Who on earth is also going to be called John Brewer?
Would be funny if there was. Well, John Smith is a very common one. You could definitely find that easily.
Scratch out Brewer, make it Smith.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you had a John Smith cup already. Sorry, go ahead, John.
You think, oh yeah, I can make money selling cups, right? And but then people who are serious about this area, they're gonna ask you, oh, okay, well, what's the cup made of? What kind of material? Blah blah blah.
It's white and it's round and it's hard.
What does it cost to? What does it cost to get the stuff printed on it? And so, being questions that I can't even think about, because all I'm thinking about is how much coffee I can put into this thing.
Yeah. But and how much I can down per show.
Yeah. But Mr. Nelson, Mr. Nelson has made these available to us, so he had to order them and so on and so forth. And he likes quality.
They're hard, round, and white.
Wow.
So you put their coffee. You put your coffee in it and drink it. That's a cup. No hype.
Here's an example. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
And look. When you turn it upside down, it's now upside down.
Anyway, so John, as you were saying, but that's the thing too. It also depends on your type of business. If you have, let's say, a top tier high ticket program, let's say 1,000, 2,000, or even a few hundred and up, depending how you look at it, you might not go to a place like a traffic exchange or safe list. I mean, you can find people of all different income brackets there, don't get me wrong, but the most common would be the, $10, $25 programs, or, something like that, is where you could find a lot more people towards in your favor in a place like a traffic exchange safe list, or, something like that. But if you're going to do a top tier program, for example, you might have to find like data brokers or somebody that's in that kind of high-end profession. You would go to that kind of audience. Just like if you're going to a neighborhood, if you go to a high-income neighborhood, you're going to see more of the higher-end anemones and things like that than you would if you're like in Section 8 housing. No offense to anybody in Section 8, by the way. But you get what I'm saying. So that's why it's important to target where you advertise to the kind of people that you're going to attract for what you have to offer and in your price range. So you also have to use common sense that way too.
Yeah.
Question: What is Section 8 housing? I've been hearing that.
Welfare housing.
So what's wrong with it? Why is everybody keep doing that? Exactly what you just did. Section 8 housing. No offense to anybody, and then continue.
Because people get offended. You'd be surprised how many people. Oh, well, are you trying to say something's wrong? They'll read into it.
because it's low in, it has to do with having a low
But
income.
is it called Section 8 housing?
Yes, we call
Yeah.
Section
Okay,
8. Yes.
so there's
Yeah.
nothing to apologize for. It's a socially applied term to that type of housing.
But
But
people still complain.
No,
It doesn't matter.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I know it's not list building, but we have got to get out of that problem. There's such a small, minute group of people out there that are saying, "I'm offended, I'm triggered, I'm upset when someone says this." We have got, as a society, we've got to stand up and say, "To hell with you." I'm hearing people say they can't put certain costumes on this year because people are going to be offended or triggered. There's the show starts now. And the truth of the matter is, my thoughts are on that. Put whatever the hell you want on for Halloween and have fun. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's what you want to have. Once people start dictating what we can and can't wear, we become we're no longer a democracy. We become a dictatorship based on the population. And no, like you just said, Section 8. Oh my God, people are going to get offended. Hey, Section 8! See what I'm saying? I'm not going to apologize. If people have Section 8, they should be happy they have housing. They're not homeless. It's just something the government called it. They call it welfare. It's something the government called it. You see?
I agree.
That's it.
I agree. The mentality of people in that regard does need to change. You're right.
No, it's that small minority of people. I seriously think that all they do is they get a kick out of saying, "Oh, I'm triggered." People get riled up and apologize, and all this hoopla dies down. And I'll bet you anything, if we had cameras in every corner of every house, that person that went, "Oh, I'm triggered," he's sitting there going, "Cool." They're laughing his ass off.
Like you.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah, she's laughing their ass off. And it's not right, because now we can't say what we want. We can't think what we want. Did you guys notice that on late night TV, there's barely any comedy anymore? Even SNL has to be very careful what they write.
Oh, no. If it's liberal, they make fun of conservatives all day long. But if it's the other way around, then they're triggered.
But it's not right.
It's one-sided.
It's not right. Again,
it isn't right. It's unfair.
We do not have to go around censoring everything we are going to say in the next 3 seconds. You know.
You know what another problem is? Because Belinda just mentioned liberal and conservative, right? Yeah. Society comes up with these labels, and they like to put us in these boxes.
Yeah.
You see, and it's like you're either this or you're that, and like, you know, you can't like kind of deal with both of them be both of them at the same time in some ways or in other ways, because a person can be quote unquote liberal and quote unquote conservative at the same time, depending on, you know, what the circumstances and issues are, and this and that and the other thing.
That's it. I'm not liberal or conservative, because I'm not from America, for one.
we get all bogged down into these labels, you know, and I think we really, because then we get to judging people because of that, you know, and then like you find somebody who shares your label, right? And you think, oh, they're cool. They have my label. But what if this person is an a-hole, or an idiot, or something like that?
Yeah.
And you know, you're all cool and kumbaya because you share the same label. Just because, like I see somebody walking down the street with a Mardox shirt. I say, oh, that person must be cool. They're a member of Mardox. Hey, how you doing? You know, where you? Get out of my face.
Yeah.
And it's not because Mardox people are jerks. It's because that person was a jerk who happens to be a member of Mardox.
Oh yeah, there's good and bad in every group, as I've always said.
I'll tell you what party I'm part of. I'm part of the Nelson Buck Party.
I knew he was going to say that too.
And there's only one person in that party, and it's me. It's my thoughts, my opinions, and I say what I want.
You're living in your own mind.
The other day we got triggered on a show. The other day we got triggered, John and I, in a show. I don't hate John. He pissed me off. But we still did the show. We're still talking. You know?
Yeah. Imagine that. We're still talking to each other.
Yeah, I still talk to the John Brewer party.
Yeah.
Well, I got triggered. I went ahead and broke something. I'm kidding. Anyway, just joking.
Linda had to buy a new computer. Damn that Canadian.
That Canuck.
That Canuck, yeah.
No, I don't apologize. I'm not politically correct at all. When I said about sorry about Section 8, let me explain what I mean. Because some people would think I'm putting it down like, oh, Section 8. You know, people just can read into that. I just wanted to be considerate to clarify that. However, if I say something that's politically incorrect, I don't apologize. I don't care. I say it anyway as far as that's concerned, because as far as I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. It's not like my intention is to offend anybody. I'm just doing it because I speak, you know, I keep it real. In other words, I'm just straight up. So that's the only reason I made the exception to say about Section 8.
I had a person the other day, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and the person turned around and says, "What makes you think I'm a female?" I don't, and I said, I turned around and I said, "Excuse me?" You know, and the person said, "I don't identify as a female. I am something gender. That third one there,
gender fluid."
No, yes, no, I can't remember what it was. But I looked at the person. I said, and flat out said, "Do you have a vagina?" And she goes, "Well, yes, I do." I said, "Well, then if you have a vagina, you're a female. If you have a penis, you're a male."
What if you have both? You're hermaphrodite.
Yeah, then you're hermaphrodite. But there is no special gender that exists. This is made up crap in society.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand, really ridiculous.
And anybody watching this does not agree with me, I suggest that you click on that unsubscribe button right now, because this is the way I am. You know. And
we're going to call ourselves It, like Cousin It.
Yeah, there you go, you know. No, but I shamed her in public, and I got no shame for it. I got no regret for it. And, oh, she was pissed.
That's rich.
Yeah. And I found out, said, "Do you have a vagina?" It's just, "Well, yes." "Well, then you're female." And I got she was pissed.
There was a talk show one time, right?
Yeah.
And the host of the talk show had a guest on that who was one of these gender people who had some kind of change or whatever. I don't know and don't care. And, you know, the host tried to be very, very respectful.
Just couldn't hold it, eh?
And he tried to be very respectful and call the person according to what they wanted to be called, him, her, whatever.
They.
And then and everything, you know, he thought everything went okay. And then that person and someone else connected to them complained that he was disrespectful on the show.
Yeah.
But they didn't say anything to him, you see. And he heard about it through other channels.
Yeah.
And he approached them about it, and he brought the person back on and said, "Hey, what's up with that? I tried to be as respectful as possible." "Oh yeah, but you said this and you." He was like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. I have a friend that I used to talk to on Blab, blab.io, and the person was Jenna. She still had the male body, was going through the process of becoming a female, wanted to be called she. And the name
transgender.
Transgender, that's right. And I respect her as saying her and the name Jenna. I don't go around saying him, but that was her choice. And that's fine. But it's still he or she. This third thing that's made up based on a word, and now they want us to call them or they as second person plural.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, this is. You're X. California respects it to the point of male, female, or X.
Yeah.
It's like, there is no X gender. It's just this person basically that has no clue what they want to be.
Yeah, because then
and it actually shows the police officer this person might be loose in the head.
Yeah, and then let's say you entertain that, right? And then the X people will start breaking this down into XA or XB
polygender. What's the other one? Toprogender. There's already
pansexual, trisexual, bisexual, semisexual.
No. There's actual terms for the different types of X.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There is. It's not just transvestite. It's others. There's whole other than binary. I don't have the list in front of me. I looked at it the other day. I don't have the list
Oh,
in
you
front of me,
want
but
to
there's
comment?
other than binary gender, in other words, and it's like, you've got to be kidding me. What's going to happen when two X's get together? What's going to come out?
Z.
God, I
All
think
right.
God says male or female.
That's what he said. We have any comments about anything in the audience there?
Some idiot Mardox said, please put your questions and comments in this box here, and we'll comment them. And I wrote, boo. That's all.
That's it?
That's all. That's all. That's all. It's like
Interesting.
it's a calm day. Lauren popped in and popped out, going, "Oh my God, it's gonna cost me a fortune."
Yeah.
I hope she goes and check. I hope she goes and checks on her data.
Yeah,
Because
because my feed keeps popping up and saying the Mardox thingy and with some comments in it or something.
say again.
My YouTube notifier keeps popping up with the Mardox logo, and there were like comments in it or something like that.
Because I haven't seen any. Hold on a second here. Let's go double check. Let's go double check. Otherwise, John, just gets on my case. I was like, Nelson, this is not working. No, it's gotta be a Google thing, or
Okay.
or just people commenting on the video. Like
Yeah, yeah.
from behind, ow.
So you don't see the people commenting on
Well,
the video?
no, live there's nothing, but they could be commenting privately.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
Maybe
John, we've been here for an hour. We've talked about list building. We've talked about Belinda's personal life. We talked about how
Your personal life.
We talked about how my daughter is a complete know-it-all, but she's justified for it. We talked about transgenderism and it's not even Generation X, it's Sexuality X.
We're going to have a lot to review on Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be banned. We may not be able to make it Friday.
Here in Mardox, we're professional, and we like to equally offend everyone.
So much for being disciplined about staying on topic.
I tried. I seriously tried.
You're hardwired just to be offensive.
I use my phone, and every time someone goes off topic, I push the button. I keep watching. Okay, 5 seconds. Click. Hey, can we get back on topic? 5 seconds. Can we get back on topic?
It just didn't work today. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's you guys. At least we talked about what we said we were going to talk about.
Oh, maybe that's the Skype room. Maybe that's the Skype room.
Yeah. Skype room, yeah. No.
That's the Skype room.
No, I got nothing in Skype either.
Really? Okay.
Really?
Okay. I think that's the Skype room notification.
I got nothing, baby. Nothing.
Laura just said, I just went to Metro, and there is no charge for me to use the hotspot app I downloaded, so that's good, huh?
Yeah, the app.
The app is free, but the data.
Yeah. But the data, because she
doesn't have unlimited data, or where it drops down to so much after it, because there's really no such thing as unlimited, but you don't get charged at least when it drops down to 2G. After you use whatever amount that they allow you to use.
She wouldn't be on video with us at 2G, I don't think.
No, I'm just saying when it does drop down to that.
2G, I think 2G is 100 kilobits a second.
She needs to talk to her phone company.
Yeah.
She needs to talk to the phone company and tell them she's using this and what charges do I still get or something
I have so many things. I said, Johnny, wrap it up, Johnny, so I can say things about people and stuff, and that way, it can't be broadcasted.
Thank you, everyone, once again for tuning into the Mardox Daily Live Chat, where we try to stay on topic, but it doesn't always work. Don't forget to do 3 very important things. Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Sorry, whoops.
Pay no attention to the guy in the orange shirt.
We don't.
On the channel.
It's not orange. It's like a fuchsia cream.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
Thank you.
I
identify as a person in an orange shirt,
And yeah, come back tomorrow and see what other topic we talk about that we can't stay on.
Got better. I got it better. I identify as cock orange instead of Caucasian.
God bless and goodbye, everyone.
3 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday.
Tomorrow's gonna be a new topic, and on Friday we're gonna recap everything.
Yes.
See you guys then.
Have a good one.